Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be talking about the 1963 $20 bill, basically $20 Federal Reserve note with President Andrew Jackson on there, and these are found somewhat frequently in pocket change or like circulation, and I think a lot of people have questions about are they rare, are they not, and today we're going to be looking at the ones that are valuable because there's a fair amount that are valuable, there's others that sort of are pretty marginally valuable above $20. Certainly anytime you find one of these, it's a good outcome, but we're going to be digging into what makes a multi-$1,000 bill and what's more sort of run-of-the-mill or regular. Let's jump into the video. So let's chat about this 1963 $20 Federal Reserve note. I think the big thing, just as a floor and something to identify, is your note a star note or not? Is there this star, or is it like a regular letter at the end of the serial number? Because if it's a star replacement note, those values are going to be significantly more than a regular one. And the thing is, for a regular one, if it's pretty circulated, it's probably going to be worth between like $23 and $27, which is wonderful. You should definitely keep it aside, but that means that, you know, if you use a platform like eBay or something like that, but at the time you pay fees and ship it, it's not worth much more than $20. So it's a little bit disappointing, whereas star notes do have enough of a value premium where that sort of eliminates that issue. The then thing to look for is uncirculated. You know, is it a crisp uncirculated note? If it is, it'll be worth anywhere from $40 to $150 on the regular ones. The star notes are going to be starting at about $100 and ranging up from there up to like $500. Right here is a pretty good example. Regular PMG 65 star note, 1963A, and there's not really a difference between just regular, you know, what series it is. You know, down here it says 63A, but it doesn't really matter in terms of these values. You know, $230, solid item, good for a collection, very accessible. You know, if you're interested in Andrew Jackson, you can own a really nice 1963 note. But I would also say, look at some of the other denominations that he's on. I'm pretty sure there's a $10 bill with Jackson on it. There's a lot to collect in that vein. Next, though, what you might want to look for are things like this misaligned overprint, where there's three printings, front, back, and they print the Treasury seal and the Federal Reserve and the serial number. This one was well misaligned. It should be over about 20%, and this one sold for $260. So nice little error. Here there was a solvent smear error that also brought $240, but that's probably only a premium of maybe 50 to 100% because it's a very nice condition note, but that's sort of causing some problems for the left side of the reverse there and the inking. Here, I really like this note. I probably would pay $150 if I saw it. It's a stuck digit error where the digits sort of move along and transition from 7 to 8 to 9, but it's like on a roller. Here, somehow that got stuck, and so we see printed what I believe is the bottom of a 0 and the top of a 9. Super fun, and given that it's a star note, I think that's kind of special. We then see a gutter fold and an end of roll error. Less familiar with the end of roll error, but I assume that it means that there's some like difference in terms of the paper stock, paper quality on the end of the roll. The gutter fold is when there's a little bit of a fold in the paper. It gets like almost like a mini sandwich gets created. When that gets undone, there's like a middle indent where it really folded, and then on either side, there's no ink, so it distorts the shape of the item. And this one sold for about $300, so very strong premium to what otherwise would have been in this condition like a $25 note. Here we've got a more dramatic fold over error, where instead of a gutter fold, this one, just had the paper had much more of a fold, received the massively different printing compared to really what should have been there. But as you can see, this whatever had folded into this note, that gets absorbed on the back, and then the other side that gets printed with the reverse printing, that folded note isn't there for it. So then we see this immediate transition, really interesting, and I think it would sell for more than $690 today. It's in really nice shape. Probably was caught pretty immediately after leaving the mint. Here we've got some cool fancy serial number items. So this one's all fives except for a leading 0, sold for $345. This one is a low serial number, just zeros and then 17. So sub 100, sold for $490 in really nice shape. This one's in a little worse shape, sold for $800. It's a star note, and it's the 10th of this print run. Again, $810, and then right here it was number 3 in a lot worse shape. People didn't really care about what the serial number was. Sold, this was in a lot of wallets, sold for $750. So solid group of notes. I think we've reviewed a lot of the big things are like fancy or low serial numbers. Some of these errors are a little bit more minor, and then just so you have a general sense of the values, that's what it will sort of come down to at the end of the day. But hope that you enjoyed and found this informational, and I look forward to completing the suite of currency videos that we've discussed and can provide information for all of you on. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to visit our website, treasuretown.com, to stay up to date on everything going on the channel and possibly get some great deals on coins and collectibles. We look forward to seeing you on our future videos, and best wishes until then.